X, Y, and
Lincoln. Wow, look at this.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My son is deciding to play with instruments right as I'm about to do an intro. Welcome to another day in my life. I thought I would sit down on a random day and show you guys what's up with us. I have not done one of these since February, so things are definitely a lot different. First of all, we're in a different season. We're obviously at the very tail end of summer. And honestly, the weather is so weird right now in Maine. We've had a bunch of fall weather, and then today it's supposed to be 80, so I don't know what's going on. Today is a Thursday, it's September 5th, and I thought this would just be a good, typical day to show you guys. We have fallen into quite the routine this summer, so yeah, I thought it would be a good one. Oh. Excuse you.
Sorry.
He's sitting on my legs right now playing with all of his little instruments, which he has not played with all morning, I want to know, until this moment that I walked in to film my intro. So I'm going to take you through the day start to finish. It is, I think, 8 o'clock right now-ish. Brandon left around 7:15. We had breakfast, as you guys saw, and this is usually, harmonica. This is usually indoor playtime while I have my coffee and breakfast, and then we will be going out in just a little while, right around 9:30. We usually are outside for an hour and a half, and then we'll come in and do lunch. But yeah, that's just kind of what we've been doing as of late. We have been super busy this summer. I have not been filming a lot. We've been doing our kitchen renovation, which I've been filming for that. But that has taken up a lot of our time. I've also had just a lot of graphic design work, and we've just been enjoying time with our little boy. So today is just a normal day. Tomorrow I'm gonna also film because we are going to the fair. We're going to a local fair. Hopefully you guys enjoy seeing where we're at this point in life. If you're interested in videos like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I try to do kind of lifestyle stuff like this when I can. Let's get going on our day. Sorry, Rocket Horse. Woo! I am packing the snack cup to go outside. So these are just some multigrain crackers. And then the upper has some goldfish. If you watched my Easter video, I made an Easter basket for Teddy, and this was one of the things we got him. These are the Whiskware snack cup things, and let me tell you, we use this thing every day. It is awesome. Also gonna pack his water and some race cars. We've been bringing race cars out with us a lot. That is the #1 toy right now, are race cars. He's obsessed with them, loves his Hot Wheels. And yeah, we are gonna go outside. We have a variety of cars, so I'm gonna have him pick some out to pack in the bag, and I gotta find his water bottle wherever that is. Come get your shoes. We're gonna wear your sneakers. Yeah, we'll wear those later. We're gonna wear your sneakers right now. That is our resident bald eagle, who is massive. Okay, he's at the top of this tree. I don't know if you guys can see him. There he is. You guys see him like dead center of the screen? At the top of that tree. He is enormous. So usually what we do at this point is we come out and we are in the play area. And Teddy will play with his toys throughout here. He's got his sandbox, he's got his little cars, his bubble stuff, his trucks, whatever. And he'll play in here for a little while. I usually sit and journal, and I've been doing that almost every single day. And then when we get a little bit closer to going in, probably like half an hour out from going back inside, I will let him out wild and free, and he'll run around, and we'll go and pick tomatoes in the garden, which he loves. I'll show you guys that. And we will usually go on the swing that we have in the tree right now. We just kind of like wander around the yard for a little while before lunch. I packed regular cracker.
Cracker.
Here you go. There you go.
Mom. Standing.
Hi, plane.
I'm running. I'm running.
Are we swinging? All right. Hang on, let me help you.
Meow.
Tomatoes. Oh, no, that one's not ready yet. It's not ready yet.
Me too.
Okay, Mama will pick some.
Thank you.
Okay.
Now that one.
Here you go.
Thank you, Mama.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Green.
That one's not ready yet. Here, this one.
Go son.
Yeah. No, not that one. It's not ready yet.
Green.
Do you want to pick this one?
Go son.
Pick this one.
Go
Good
son.
job.
Good job, Mama.
Thank you, baby. Good job, Teddy.
Go. Wow.
Wow.
Meadows. Green.
Don't pick the green ones. No, green means growing, right? Green means growing. Red means ready.
What?
Okay.
These?
No, they're growing. Don't pick it. Oh, no.
I gave it.
You get it? Okay. So quick little garden update. We have way too many tomato plants, as you can see. These are the corn stalks, which did really well. We have
No.
a few ears that are almost ready, I think. I don't know. I've never really grown corn to this extent, so I gotta look up whether these are ready or not. As you can see, though, the garden's very overgrown this year. It just kind of got insane, and I stopped trying to keep up with it.
Wow.
Wow!
Meadows.
Tomatoes. Over here we have the cucumber plant, which is coming up the trellis, and I've got a couple of them growing. Let's see, here's one.
You did it.
We did it! Good job. And we have our like 7-foot tall sunflower here, which it's massive. And it's really pretty.
Wow.
So it hasn't bloomed yet though.
Meadows.
We're just waiting.
Green.
And that's all that came up.
Wow.
That's all we have. Those are pretty. Oh, don't pick them. No, don't pick them. Leave them be.
Kitty.
Let them grow.
That's this.
Mm-hmm.
Flower. Look it.
I think we can take our sweatshirts off, buddy. It's getting warm. What do you think? Let's bring the bucket over to the swing.
Stop and cheese.
So the plan next year for the garden is we are going to do some boxes. We're going to revamp the soil. We're pretty sure the soil is the issue. It's very, very hard packed down. So the plan would be to kind of create some soil with some compost next year. We're going to bring in some loam, and we're going to kind of make our own mix and then do some boxes. And Brandon's going to help me with all that. We're going to get the rototiller running, And yeah, it's hopefully going to be a better year next year and just kind of a different setup, because the past 2 years with what we've been doing is just not working. And the first year I had a great garden, and the last 2 years have been not great. We're still getting some stuff. As you saw, we have way too many tomatoes, but it's just like not nearly as bountiful as I was hoping. Oh, we have a pumpkin plant over there. I'll show you that later when we come back out later. Our current kind of state of toddlerhood is chaotic feral, is how I would describe it. He's like a pinball machine, and he's just like bing, 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 bing. Train of thoughts are very short and short-lived, and he wants to do one thing for like 2 seconds, and then he's like running off in a different direction. So keeping up with him can be a lot, and that's kind of where we're at, and it's kind of exhausting, to be honest, especially when we're outside. Okay, so real talk, we just had a little bit of an incident outside. He wasn't listening, and so I had him go back into his little area to play. In this case, he was running into a part of the yard that I didn't want him there, and when I told him to stop, he didn't stop, so we went in the play area, and needless to say, that prompted a massive tantrum. We have been kind of combating his emotions. They are very big emotions at this stage, and he's still little. He's not even 2 yet, and so he has no idea how to regulate them. And so I want to set the firm boundary, but also need to keep in mind that he's got high emotions going on. So I think coming in was right, because he's now a lot calmer, he's playing, and he's focused elsewhere. He was becoming really fixated outside on the fact that he wasn't outside of his play area, even though he had a million things to play with in that play area. Like, it was like, no, I have to be outside of it, and if I'm not, I'm just going to sit here and scream. And so it was, it was a moment. But we're inside now, and I am going to be making him lunch very shortly here, and then we're going to move into getting him ready for his nap, which he is down to 1 nap a day. He naps from like 12 to 2 roughly, and he's been doing really, really well with it. We switched over to like the 1 nap, I would say 2 months ago. I'm like regulating now, because like, whoo, that was a lot outside. He was very big mad, so that's it, right? That's having a toddler. So there's a glimpse into the real life for you. I am just heating Teddy up some lunch. So this is dinner from last night. It was a crock pot meal, and it's chicken, rice, potato, peas, and carrots with some like cream of chicken in there and stuff. This is actually, it's funny, this recipe is like my most viral TikTok ever. I think it was like 4 million views or something last time I checked. So I just heated it up. I'm gonna mash up this potato so it's not like a huge chunk. And then he is having some apple slices, and then I also cut up a tomato just to see. He keeps saying he wants to try them, and then he just like doesn't like it anytime he tries it. But we keep trying because he is fascinated with the tomatoes. So alrighty. So we've got rice, chicken, apples, tomatoes. Okay? While I was making lunch, Teddy's muck boots arrived for the fall and winter. So I'm going to open these and show you. They are from Lone Cone. These are from Amazon, or they're a company that sells through Amazon. I cannot speak to how good these are going to be because we've never tried their shoes before, but they are supposed to be for cold weather also, which is why I wanted them, because they'll do multiple seasons. So they have a bunch of cool features for the weather. And yes, Boise, Idaho. They are made by a mom. They remind me of Bogs a little bit. If you guys have never heard of Bogs, they're a pretty popular boot here in Maine. These look like they might be a little big, but that's okay because they need to fit into the spring. Shoes for you! Do you like them? Wow. Oh, okay. We can't have them while we're eating, though. We'll try them on after. Teddy's done eating. I'm having my leftover sandwich from yesterday. And then after this, I'm going to get him down for his nap. And then I'll show you what I do with my time while he's napping. Show me your boots. Okay, Teddy is down for his nap. He's not quite asleep yet. I can still kind of hear him playing up there, but he should fall asleep within the next 10 minutes or so. And he should sleep for about 2 hours. So this is what I do in that time. First, enjoy a speed clean of my living room. I always pick up all of his toys and get the living room reset while he's sleeping. And then I am gonna go do some dishes. So I'll bring you along for that. And then I'm gonna do some work. So let's go. So I'm just gonna do some quick dishes. You're getting kind of a sneak peek of the kitchen right now. It's very much in progress, guys. Like anything that you see that looks rough is because it's not done. We are in stage 2 right now. So if you watched my video about the different stages of the renovation, we're at the end of stage 2. We're gonna be painting the walls soon. I do have my new sink in and my new faucet and the cabinets are done. But yeah, we are still pretty far out from being fully completed with the project, but it is moving, so that's good. So I want to do a quick little quilt update because the last time I checked in with you guys, I think was in April in the spring things video, and I was still making all the hexagons. So I'll fold it up. I think I'm on row like 20 and there's 26 rows. So I am almost done with, sorry, that was Allie, if you guys could hear. Bye. I am almost done. I have like 6 rows to go. It's gonna be just barely a rectangle. One way is 25 and the other is 26. But it is gonna be pretty big when it's done. Yeah, there's just not enough floor space for me to show everything. And then over here, I have all the bags. So I had different patterns separated into different bags so I could rotate through and I could make sure that I wasn't repeating patterns next to each other. Funnily enough, there was a girl on TikTok who was making one of these. She was doing like a tutorial. And I commented on it and I said, oh, hey, like I'm making a quilt with 650 hexagons and it's been like a year so far in the making. And my comment got a ton of feedback. Everybody was commenting on my comment and they were like, oh my God, we want to see your quilt. And they wanted me to make TikToks showing my quilt, but I don't really do that. I make TikToks on occasion, but I'm not huge like into making TikToks. I just like going on TikTok and watching stuff. So I directed a bunch of people here to the channel so that they could see the progress. So if you're here from there, hello. These are all hand sewn together. Let me show you. So on this side, so they're whip stitched together, each seam. Better that way. So as you can see, this one's only half sewn on, but basically I just grab a new one, I match up which edges work the best together, and then I just put them back to back like that, and I whip stitch across, and I connect into this one, and then I would take another hexagon and I would connect it here, and I keep going all the way across. It's taking a while because I only work on it when I have nothing else to do, and lately I've had a lot of graphic design work for both the company I work for and also for my mom's pageant. She runs a state pageant and I've been doing a lot of graphic design work for her and for her program book and her show. And so it's a very busy time of year. So I don't think I'll get back to doing this consistently until probably, I would say, October. The next step would be embroidery. So I'm going to embroider some stuff onto it. I want to embroider like my signature onto it and some other like special things. Then I would be quilting it. So I would be attaching the backing and quilting, and I'm going to hand quilt. I did buy a backer. It's just a sheet. It's a queen size sheet. I got it at Goodwill, and it's like a plaid sheet, and I think it'll work really well for this. It's very soft, very nice. But yeah, that is where the quilt's at. I wanted to show that in here because it's been a minute. And I'll come back when I'm in another step with this, and hopefully it'll be almost complete at that point. So I am just at this point in the day usually getting some work done. So I have some graphic design work to do, and I am in my office, which is so nice. Brandon took the time a couple weekends ago while I was out of town with a friend to clean it for me, which was awesome. I was very surprised and very happy. My office has been being used as a storage space since Teddy was probably 4 months old. And so it's been a while that I've been able to work in here, and he came in and he cleaned the whole thing out for me. And it's just like we're peaceful up here. I don't know. I was working on the couch for a while with my laptop, which was fine. I wasn't nearly as productive as I am in here. And I'm also like right next to Teddy's room while he's napping. So that's nice too, just to be up here and closer to him. Jammies? It's not time for jammies yet. Hi.
Read it.
Read it? Yeah? Do you want to pick out a book? Wow.
Read it.
Hello.
Read it.
Open that. We are awake. It is just after 2 o'clock, and he did have one wake up in the middle of his nap, but ended up going back to sleep. So we did have the full 2 hours, right? He has his race cars, as you can see. That's his stuffed animals, per se. Instead of stuffies, he brings race cars to bed. So I am going to make Teddy a smoothie. This is the fruit I buy. It's pineapple, strawberry, peach, mango. It's super good. And then I also buy the chopped spinach, which I usually don't put a ton of this in there, but just like a hint of it, you know, just to give us a little extra something for nutrition in there. And then I just buy the original vanilla yogurt. I have bought Greek before. I've bought plain, just original. I kind of change it up, and right now we just happen to have vanilla. This is what it looks like all done. It is green, but it does not taste like spinach at all, and he does not mind the color. As far as TV goes, right now he watches a rotation of a couple of shows. So he likes Bluey is like the newer one he likes. He's been really into it and asking for it lately. His very favorite is Little Bear, and that is on Prime with the Paramount add-on. We have watched Little Bear through all 5 seasons. I don't even know how many times. He's obsessed with it. He loves it. He's learned to count from watching it. He counts from 1 to 11, like solidly counts 1 to 11. He has learned animals through it. It's very educational. It's also very calming, so we really like it. He also really likes Bear in the Big Blue House, which I watched as a kid. I also watched Little Bear, but Bear in the Big Blue House is a great one. It has good songs. We just really enjoy that. Also a very good like teaching element to it. And then he also watches Mickey Mouse, but that's a little bit more in moderation, just because Mickey's a little bit faster paced of a show, and we've noticed that there is a difference in his behavior if he's been watching the faster paced shows versus the slower ones like the 90s style shows. So he does watch Mickey Mouse Clubhouse on occasion. He does enjoy it. He loves Minnie. She's his favorite. He likes all the characters and stuff, but it's one that's not on quite as often. And the TV, I mean, it is on. I don't limit the screen time like I thought I would before I had a baby. He still plays very well, especially on his own. He'll go and preoccupy himself, loves all of his toys, his race cars. He plays pretend, like all of that stuff. So it doesn't really worry me having him have some screen time. He's also he gets tons of outside time as well. So I think it's more of just a balance. But he does really enjoy his shows, and they are very educational for him. So I'm pretty happy with how we do screen time at the moment. And this is usually a slower part of the day, so it takes him a little bit to kind of get woken up from his nap. He usually has the smoothie. Sometimes we'll have a different snack as well, and then usually we get ready to go out and play for the afternoon. Brandon should be home fairly soon. This is about the time he gets home right now. So I'll have him for the remainder of the day, and we usually tag team the rest of the night. So he'll take him for some things and I'll take him for other things, just so that we can get as much done as possible. Oh, did you finish your smoothie? One moment. And I just noticed this scuff mark on my wall and a hole right below it. No idea. Oh, there's painter's tape right here too. What is that from? Honestly, could not tell you what that's from. Our house is such a construction zone all the time right now. We have the kitchen under construction, our ceiling above me. I don't know if I have any shots of what happened to it, but it fell in over the summer. We were in the process of redoing the roof and we had this insane rainstorm come through and it collapsed the ceiling in our living room. The tiles, I should say. So the tiles need to be replaced. The ceiling needs to be repainted. And there's a huge hole in our ceiling, so that looks good. We finish a project and then it's like 5 more things need to happen. And that's just our life all the time. Hopefully by the holidays this year, by his birthday, by Christmas, all that, when we're having people over, all of this will be done. But it definitely has felt like a construction zone for the majority of the year so far. Teddy's gonna show you the pumpkin. There it is.
Okay.
As you can see, it's still very green, but they turn quick. So we're expecting by probably very early October.
Delicious.
Delicious.
Yes.
We're not gonna eat it, babe. We're gonna probably carve it. Oh, okay.
Okay. We do. Amy, say it's jump. Now.
He's walking around with his emotional support tomato right now. It's green. He doesn't even like them. He's tried them before. It's just a support tomato.
Mama sing. Mama sing.
Mama's gonna swing too.
There we all are.
Swinging.
It's windy.
Oh no! Wow,
All right, so we are back in. It is about 4:30. We've just been kind of hanging out for a little bit, but I'm gonna start dinner. This is a different recipe than I've ever done on this channel before, and I actually found it on TikTok. I will put her TikTok in the description because she makes a lot of really good, cheap, fast, family, easy meals. And this is one that we've been really loving lately. And I'm calling them like crescent calzones because they kind of like come out like little mini calzones. You can customize them a bunch of different ways and they're pretty filling. So I have this pizza sauce, the Classico. This is what she uses in the video and I agree it is really good. It's like her favorite one and it is super good. And this is just the small jar of it, which you really don't need very much. So this is just the 14 ounce. I also have the Great Value crescent rolls. You can also buy the Pillsbury, it doesn't really matter. And so I have one of these, which is 8, and then I have a half of the roll left over from last time we had them that I had froze. And so we're gonna use 1.5. You also will need some grated Parmesan. And then for cheese, I'm using Colby Jack shredded. I also have bell pepper and pepperoni. These are obviously toppings, so you can customize these however you want. You could use different sauces It's super customizable. Oh, and you need some butter and some seasonings, which I'll show you guys at the end, because that's what you brush them with when you go to bake them. I also use parchment paper on the bottom of my baking sheet just to keep them from sticking. You don't have to like grease it up or whatever. It just makes it easier to clean up at the end. So you're gonna wanna unroll and separate all of your crescent roll pieces out into triangles like this. You just take a little spoonful of sauce, like probably about that much. Let's see here. And you're gonna just place it right up top here. Now I'm gonna put my cheese, so like a little handful of cheese like this. And then I like to put my toppings on top of the cheese so that it holds the cheese down when you roll it. So I will do a pepperoni one. So for pepperoni, I'm just doing 3 like that. This is what it will look like rolled up, and they are going to expand when they cook, as crescent rolls do. So just keep that in mind when you're spacing them out on your sheet. And I also want to note that I have preheated my oven to 375. So I'm going to roll the rest of these up. I'm going to make a few different ones, and it's the same for all the toppings. You can just place them on top of the cheese there and then roll it up. And that's literally all there is to it. Okay, so now making the butter for the top. I melted about a tablespoon and a half, 2 tablespoons of butter, garlic salt. I'm also adding Italian seasoning. And then lastly, you're gonna take your Parmesan, and you want it to have kind of a thicker consistency because you want it to really sit on top of the rolls. And this is just gonna give it a brown crust, and also I think it just elevates a little bit. It makes more pizza-like. Okay, so now these go in for 15 minutes, and just keep an eye on them. And if you feel like they're going over, then obviously pull them out early. So tonight is a tub night, unless of course he's gotten into something really crazy and has gotten like absolutely filthy throughout the day. It's every other night. So usually what we do is I start doing dishes. Right now it's 6:11, and we aim to get him in bed by like 7:15 or so, or upstairs by 7:15. So I usually start the dishes while Brandon is getting him in the tub ready to go. And then by the time I finish dishes, usually they're kind of finishing up with the tub. Sometimes they're done, sometimes they're not. And if they're not, I usually go in and help finish up the tub. But some nights Brandon just does the whole thing. It kind of just depends on how long the dishes take me. I don't have too many. I do have the crock pot to clean though from last night, which I've been procrastinating. So my only gripe with this sink so far is how big it is, and it takes a minute for it to fill. And also the other thing that I kind of slightly regret is not getting the double basin. My old sink was a double basin, and I always said how I wanted just the big, like, single basin. It's so farmhouse, you know, and I kind of regret it now, not having 2 sides. I still love this sink though. You guys will see in the kitchen reno videos that it's beautiful. It's just taken a while to get used to doing dishes in it. It's very different than what we had before. Speaking of the kitchen reno videos, I'm already at like 40 minutes of vlog for just part 1 and stage 1 and part of stage 2. I'm kind of thinking I need to do like a multi-part series of videos. What do you guys think? I just feel like a 40-minute vlog is really long for what it is. And I definitely can't include parts 3 and 4, stage 3 and 4 in that also. It's just gonna be too much. So we're at least gonna have a 2-parter. We might have like stage 1 and 2 together, and then stage 3 and 4 together. Or I might do a separate video for each stage, but I have not figured out yet what makes the most sense. Teddy's in the bath right now, and I can hear him just like creating chaos. The bath mat is actually on the line right now. It's been drying out for a couple days because 2 nights ago when he took a tub, he took an entire bucket of water and dumped it on the floor. So after his bath is usually, it's pretty quick. We go right into jammy time. Usually then at that point, there's maybe a couple minutes of playing, but he's usually pretty tired and wants to get right in his sleep sack. He is still having milk before bed. We're slowly cutting the quantity back. He has only about 5 ounces of milk now before bed. It's gonna be hard. I think that's gonna be just the hardest one to pull. Right now he's still having one when he gets up in the morning and then one before bed, and that's it. And they're both small, 4 or 5 ounces. But the bedtime one is such a part of the routine now that it's so scary to think about taking it away. But like I said, we've been cutting it back and back and back, and I'm hoping by the time he turns 2, we've gotten rid of it. I'm not overly worried about it, to be honest. His pediatrician wasn't either, as long as we're not like maxing out the ounces of milk every day, which we're not. And usually he and I cuddle for a little while, and he likes when I sing to him, stuff like that. And like we'll just hang out upstairs for, you know, 10-15 minutes, and then I transfer him to his crib and he puts himself to sleep. And it is like clockwork every night. That is our routine, and it goes really well. And then he will sleep right on through the night. He sleeps till 6 on a good day. Normally more like 5:30, 5 o'clock. He's an early bird. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but they're like playing something in the bath, and he's like splashing Brandon.
Mama.
There she is.
You ready for sleeping? It is so nice out. It's like kind of chilly, but very fall, you know. Beautiful way to end the day. I'm gonna head in and just work some more on graphic design stuff. We'll probably settle in, have a snack, hang out for the night. I am gonna come back tomorrow though, because I wanna take you guys along to the fair with us. We are planning to go tomorrow evening once Brandon's home from work, and it's the first day of this fair. We've never been to this one before. It is a local fair, and it's a little bit smaller than like Freiburg, or even I think the Topsom one, which we went to last year. We haven't been to any fairs this year, and I don't honestly think we're gonna make it to Freiburg this year just because of time constraint with the projects we're doing, and also just money. It's very expensive. It's a long trek there. So we're gonna just keep it local this year. And yeah, I'll bring you guys along. I think it's gonna be a really fun time. I think Teddy's gonna love it with the animals, and he can like really understand this year, like what's going on. I'll see you tomorrow at the fair. We're at the fair.
Do you see the piggies?
Look at them. So we got this chicken tender basket, and it was $13 for those 2 chicken tenders. And then these were 8, but they are hand battered, so that's good.
Sheep. Hey, sheep.
Come on, there's some more down here.
All right, that was our quick trip to the fair. It was super fun. It was very small and local, and we loved it. And wow! It's literally 6 minutes from our house, so it's one that we can go to every year. It's a lot cheaper than going to Freiburg, and it's less of a trek. So that was great. I really enjoyed it, and it was really cute. So that is going to do it for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I hope you like the day in life and this little bonus footage here. And make sure you subscribe to my channel if you like stuff like this, because lifestyle is what I like to do the most. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Let me know down below. Do you guys like going to fairs? What's your favorite time of this time of year? It's starting to be like early fall. Tell me how y'all's gardens are doing. As you guys saw, mine's like very chaotic. How's your garden? Did you have a good year? Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!